In today's Clash Royale video, I'm going to show you guys the best deck for the new Barbarian Launcher challenge in Clash Royale. If you guys didn't see it yet, the Barbarian Launcher is the newest card released in Clash Royale, but it will be just available in this type of challenge. I can tell you guys, this card is absolutely insane. As you guys can see, it costs 5 elixir. It's the same as the mortar, but instead of dropping a bomb on the opponent's tower and get damage on the opponent's tower, it drops Barbarian. Absolutely crazy. And today, I'm going to show you the best deck for this challenge. In my opinion, it's this mortar cannon card. That cannon card is absolutely insane against the Barbarian Launcher. Also, we got the Skelly King plus Skeleton Army combination, arrows to clean up all the bait components, we got the miner, we got the bats, and we got Dark with a ton of bait, because I feel like a ton of people are trying to start countering the Barbarian Launcher in this challenge with an Earthquake, but I feel like the spam is really good against it, because the opponent won't have poison. Like, most people won't play poisonous challenge. So this deck is absolutely crazy. Also, if you guys get 10 wins in this challenge, you get this exclusive Emote, absolutely insane challenge. If you guys don't want to miss any type of the best deck challenges in the future, don't forget to subscribe, and also make sure to use creator code MORT in the shop, because the new season just started. So if you guys feel like this deck helped you to get the exclusive Emote, make sure to use this code and buy the battle pass with it. I would really appreciate it. I would say, let's dive jump into games, and I'm going to show you why this deck is the best deck for the Barbarian Launcher challenge. So guys, we actually tested out this, or like I actually tested out this deck against Bigspin, a really good guy, also a German YouTuber, and my esports team SK Gaming. And I just told them, okay, play decks which you're feeling comfortable with, which you want to play, which you think the Barbarian Launcher is great. So as you guys can see, the Barbarian Launcher doesn't do any damage, or really like the Barbarian Explosion, if you can say it like that. The spawn damage doesn't really do damage. It doesn't even kill skeletons. So if the Barbarian Launcher attacks skeletons, the skeletons will survive. But this deck, which I'm showing you here, is absolutely crazy. We got a ton of good answers. We got a ton of good cards. And the thing is, normally I would say you want to be really aggressive with your Barbarian Launcher. Our opponent now, Bigspin, is playing E-Giant. I can tell you guys, if you guys hate E-Giant, this challenge is the perfect example of how to beat E-Giant pretty easily. Because the normal mortar is like that. If you play the normal mortar at the bridge, it's like that. You can go in E-Giant opposite, and you don't really you're not really able to kill that, right? But with this deck, with this Barbarian Launcher, is like this. If your opponent plays the E-Giant at the bridge, if you have a Barbarian Launcher already on the map, the Barbarians will actually kill the E-Giant if you like support with a cannon card example. So you will have a ton of Barbarians, and also the attack speed of the Barbarian Launcher is absolutely crazy. As you guys can see, Bigspin goes in with an offensive mortar, and the Barbarian spawn is absolutely crazy. We also need to be a bit careful now with this Barbarian, because this is the biggest problem in this challenge. You don't want to let a Barbarian Launcher connect to your tower, because if a Barbarian connects to tower, it's almost impossible to defend. So you really want to defend it. Going in for the Barbarian Launcher aggressive is most of the time the play, but if your opponent goes in for a Barbarian Launcher at the bridge, there are two scenarios you can do, like how you can handle that. First, you go in for the Barbarian Launcher on defense. Second, you go for the cannon card on offense. And as you guys can see here, this is the perfect example. I'm going all in here, using my ability. I don't care about the golden knight. Look at this. We get so many Barbarians on the map now. Barbarian. And that's it. That's just absolutely crazy. Look at this. Barbarians are at tower. We're putting so much pressure. And it feels impossible for the opponent to defend this, because the pressure is absolutely ridiculous, and it's still on the map. Right now, the mortar doesn't target anything, so it's gonna wait until something like spawns, like a normal mortar. As the piggy is there, the Barbarian comes out, and we can just go in for the full defense now. The HP is absolutely crazy. But also with the Barbarians coming out, the matchup is even better against mortar. Against E-Giant, as the normal mortar matchup is already really good for the mortar player. And as you guys can see, the Barbarians are actually killing his Barbarian Launcher. I can go in, I guess, for now, 4 miner plus arrows on top of the Mother Witch, cleaning that up. This is what we're gonna do right now. And the Barbarian Launcher on defense is so tanky. Even if your opponent goes in for the Earthquake, you still will get decent value out of it, since it doesn't really completely kill it, and you still will be able to get Barbarians on top of Musketeers and so on. It's actually pretty crazy how a Musketeer against the Barbarian Launcher doesn't really kill it, since the Barbarian will be able to kind of push back the Barbarian Launcher, the Musketeer from the Barbarian Launcher, and also will kill the Musketeer, since the Barb is coming out of the Barbarian Launcher. Game number 2 against Bigspin. Here I need to say he actually tried really to counter me in this game. So I was like, okay, that's not a really great matchup, right? Here I was kind of, okay, maybe a new deck, maybe I try to build a counter against it. But we still won this game. It was a beautiful comeback. So as you guys can see, this is what I was talking about. Or like what I want to talk about the Musketeer. That's the thing. You really want to make sure you want to play your cannon card one tile higher. Because right now, as you guys can see, the cannon card get pushed back by the Barbarian launcher, and now it spawns 24/7 Barbarians, and the cannon card doesn't lock on top of the Barbarian launcher anymore. So I really need to overcommit. That was a huge mistake. I didn't notice interaction. So if you're playing a cannon card's Barbarian launcher, you want to play it directly at the bridge, no tile off, because then you need to overcommit like me, and it puts us in a horrible spot because, as you guys can see, I need to commit quite a ton. Now I can go in for, I think this time I'm doing a mistake, since I didn't go for my Barbarian launcher on defense. That was a huge mistake. I don't know why I did this. Maybe I had like a brain lag or something, but I actually was like still like, it's the first time I'm playing this card, like the third, fourth, fifth time. So I still need to get the mechanics right. So I had to learn, I learned everything, or like a bit in every single game about this card. So first game for sure I wasn't as good as with the card as I'm right now, since the card is new to Clash Royale. But just to let you know, you never want to let it connect. This is what I found out in this game. So going for the Barbarian launcher on defense, even if it's sometimes like a waste because you really want to get the pressure out of it, is the play you want to do. So the Hawkeye doesn't get a shot in. We're still in a spot where we can defend this. Believe we can still come back. And this is what you need to believe with the Barbarian launcher. Yes, early damage is not great, but the Barbarian launcher can turn things around because of the Barbarians, which are absolutely crazy. So he has the Q, he has the lock, and also, I don't know if it's just me, I feel like the Barbarian launcher looks like a Barbarian bow. So I'm going to go for my cannon card high here. And as you guys can see, the Barbarian launcher doesn't really do damage. As you guys can see here, the Dark Gun actually pretty healthy. I think the scenario, I'm going for my Barbarian launcher here. He goes in for Fire Split plus this. And he's kind of struggling. Since he has to defend this, I think the scenario, I'm going to drop my... I'm just going to wait here. But this is like, look at this, guys. So he doesn't have anything against the bats now, and he's struggling. Now we can just go on aggressive here, and this is what we want to do. He needs to go in for an Earthquake, and this is what I said, right? The bats are key in this deck. Since with the bats, you can outcycle your opponent, be really aggressive, also with the Skeleton combination. Also, a quick note for you guys, Tuesday, most likely challenges are coming to Clash Royale, so you really want to play the challenge at Monday, since the Skeleton is better there. Just to let you know, guys, so if you guys watch the video, play the challenge afterwards, and also let me know how you guys did in this challenge, and if you guys enjoyed this challenge, because then I could go give feedback to Supercell, what you don't like, what you liked about the challenge. Also, for me, it's kind of sad that there is no mirror available in the challenge, so you cannot play the mirror, but I think it's one of the most funniest challenges I ever played. Also, I preferred it over the super card challenges, but this is just my opinion. Let you know what you guys think, and we actually destroyed Bigspin after such a rough start in this game. So guys, here we are next game against Bigspin once again, showing you the deck and tell you how it works. So I feel like you always have the Barbarian launcher in starting hand. I'm not 100% sure about that, but let me know if it's that like this. I think so far we had it every time in starting hand. So he's gonna drop it aggressive, and this is also a thing which I would tell you guys. If you have the Barbarian launcher in hand, which you should normally, just go at the bridge, because the thing is, if you guys watch this video, you're already ahead from like most of the casual players, because I can tell you guys you will get a ton of wins because nobody really knows how to defend this card. So be aggressive, put a pressure on your opponent, take the Royale video experience from this video to kind of clap your opponents pretty easy. This is how it works, because I can tell you guys, if you go for the Barbarian launcher at the bridge first play, a ton of people don't know how the card works, because yeah, it's not like there's no experience, right? There's no experience with this card, and it's not like a card which is like, okay, you're gonna let it connect, it gets some damage, right? But it's actually so hard to defend. If it locks on, as I said, it's actually destroying you. So this is the problem with this card. You cannot let it connect. And as you guys can see here, it gets 2 damage also. This is really important for you guys to know. It does 2 damage. The Barbarian does 2 damage when it's like spawning, like dropping on top of the troops, which is pretty interesting. This is why it's not killing skeletons. And yeah, so the damage itself is not really important, but it's all about the Barbarians and being that tanky for just 5 elixirs. So just 1 elixir more than a mortar, but Also having a Barbarian out of this is so crazy. Okay, so in this scenario, I'm just playing now my Dart Goblin here. Dart Goblin is gonna be able to get a ton of free. Also, the content in the next couple of days is insane. Tomorrow they're going to be the balance changes where I will show you guys the top 3 decks after the balance changes. And also, at the 6th of August, there will be the 20-win Clash Royale League challenge, where I'm going to show you the best decks for that and like show you the 20 wins with different type of decks. So I hope you guys stay tuned for that. I hope you guys are excited for that. Right now Clash Royale is in a bit of a tough spot, but I'm pretty excited for the upcoming 2 weeks of Clash Royale action. So that was a horrible ability, need to be honest here. So I think after this horrible of an ability, I need to set up my defensive Barbarian launcher. Because, yeah, otherwise I'm gonna struggling. But the Barbarian launcher is so good. Like, absolutely tanks this. And we're just spawning 24/7 Barbarians. And it doesn't look like that, but sometimes even the Valkyrie is dying from the Barbarians. It's absolutely crazy. Now my Barbarian is on top of the mortar. I can just go now for my bats, I guess. I think I'm gonna go for bats now because I really want to kill this cannon card. But I think like I didn't even need it. So this game is a really controlled game. We're both not really getting any damage. And this is like how I feel like when 2 really good players are playing each other, you're not able to get any damage on top of the opponent's tower. So he plays Graveyard here also. I didn't know at this point that he has Graveyard. I thought like he had played Miner. But I also was like, okay, most likely he would have played the Miner already. So my cannon card doesn't survive here. But I can just easily go in for my Skelly King in the back. Really want to build up a big push. You could also use the minion horde instead of the bats if you feel like it's way more, it's better. But I just like having the quick bats, just to also with the free cards like of the Skelly King. Also, if you guys don't know, you can use every single card in this challenge. Doesn't matter if you have unlocked or leveled up. It doesn't matter at all. So, my Dark Golem is coming down here. Dark Golem is absolutely crazy. And we're putting in a good work. We're putting a good amount of work here. And I was kind of scared for 1 second the Barbarian launcher would get on my tower. That would have been quite annoying. But in this scenario, I'm just going to play my Skelly King here. And I think at this point, we get a ton of damage. Since the Barbarian pushed out, the cannon card. And this was the key in this game. So this is like how we win Clash Royale games, right? The Barbarian launcher is just absolutely clapping him now. My Barbarian launcher gets on tower. And right now, he's in a really rough spot. Yes, he can go in for the Spear Golem, so we got a damage event. I'm just going to be aggressive. The cannon card is so good against the Barbarian launcher, but also with the Barbarian launcher, since it stays on the map and supports that. So I'm just going to go in for this here. This is absolutely great. I'm going to most likely drop my arrows here, great arrows. And I think the next play I'm going to do is just dropping another Barbarian launcher at the bridge. This is what we're going to do. This is how we are going to destroy him. So playing in my bats high here. I think, yeah, this is a really good musketeer. I should have predicted that. I'm just going to drop my Dark Golem here since I don't really want to hesitate with that. He needs to drop a log on defense, so he cannot really poison that since he also has to defend. I'm going to drop my bad sign. This is, in my opinion, by far the best deck for the Barbarian Launcher Challenge. Let me know what you guys think about this deck. Let me know what, how the challenge went for you guys, and I hope you guys had a ton of fun in the challenge. I hope you also got an emote, and I would say I'm out. Thanks for watching, and thank you so much once again to everyone who's using creator code Morten with the new Battle Pass this season. And I would say I'm out. Thanks for watching, and I love you guys. Goodbye.